India's cultural health. Christina Cantonese, Rayanne Diamering, Sara Segar, College of Health Science, Department of Nursing, Westchester University of PA.
In ancient times, many people were attracted to India because of their agriculture, spices, and other resources. The Persians and Iranians are among some people that took permanent residence in India. Christopher Columbus first set out to India but landed in America, which is where the term Indians came from in regards to Native Americans. People like Alexander the Great attempted to conquer the land, and the Mongolians invaded and looted the country several times. In 1757, several parts of the country were conquered by the British, and they didn't regain independence until 1947, almost 200 years later. The Indian government recognizes 22 different languages and hundreds of different dialects, with Hindu being the primary language. Hinduism makes up about 77% of India's religious groups, followed by Christianity and Islam. Other minority religious groups include Sikhism, Buddhism, and Jainism, although these groups are legally considered Hindus. India's constitution provides the rights for people to practice any religion and protects against discrimination based on social status or religion. Because cows are considered sacred to the Hindu people, it's forbidden to slaughter them, and many states have prison sentences for it. Despite legal protections, there are restrictions on religious conversion in at least 6 states used to intimidate Muslims and Christians who try to convert to Hinduism to escape discrimination. Family is extremely important in Indian culture. Modesty and privacy is highly valued to prevent bringing shame upon the family. Most Hindus and Sikhs are vegetarians, although the Sikhs are not as restrictive with eating meat. Women usually prepare and serve meals, although they are traditionally forbidden to cook on their menstrual period. Eating with fingers on the right hand is common. Illness is believed to be an imbalance of the Ayurvedic doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, caused by physical ailments, stress, or karma, either from actions in their current life or a previous life. Treatment and medicine usually coincide with religion and a focus on holistic approach, although there is more of an emphasis on prevention. Pregnancy is considered to be a hot state in which the body temperature is increased. The woman is encouraged to avoid eating meats, herbs, and certain spices. Since the fetus is believed to be vulnerable to evil spirits, the woman is encouraged to stay home as much as possible. Elder female family members assist with labor and delivery, and men are not present in the delivery room, although this is changing over modern times. Breastfeeding is highly valued, and cow's milk is mixed with sugar and water as a supplement when women have trouble lactating. On the 6th day after birth, a ceremony is performed in which the baby is wrapped up in a red cloth and his hands and feet are dipped in red powder. The baby is to remain untouched as the Holy Spirit descends with a blessing and to write the fate of the baby. On the 11th day, the baby is officially named during the cradle ceremony. Hindus prefer to die at home, and some even travel back to India to die. In the moments leading up to death, the family is usually present saying prayers, chanting, and lighting incense. Once the person dies, healthcare workers should avoid touching the body as much as possible. The family cleans the body and wraps it in a red cloth. A Brahmin is usually present to recite holy chants. Cremation is usually preferred so ashes can be spread, and males in mourning may also shave their heads.
Now, I'll talk about some traditional healing practices. One traditional method of healing in India is the practice of Siddha, which predates much of recorded history. Practitioners of Siddha medicine were able to explore the world around them and exploit its natural resources. Their findings on the characteristics of plants, metals, minerals, animal products, and their knowledge of the properties of the drugs, its purification, processing, and clinical application were preserved and passed down through the centuries. According to the Siddha system, food is the basic building material of the human body and gets processed into humors, tissues, and wastes. The equilibrium of humors is considered as health, and its disturbance or imbalance leads to a diseased state. Physical therapy and yoga are among some of the treatments under the Siddha system. Outside of India, yoga has developed into a posture-based physical fitness, stress relief, and relaxation technique. Yoga in Indian traditions, however, is more than physical exercise. It has a meditative and spiritual core. Ayurveda is another traditional method of healing that is practiced in India and also is thousands of years old. It is essentially the art of living, recognizing when you're in an imbalanced state so you can function at your highest potential. Contemporary Ayurveda tends to stress attaining vitality by building a healthy metabolic system and maintaining good digestion and excretion. Ayurveda also focuses on exercise, yoga, and meditation. Plant-based treatments in Ayurveda may be derived from roots, leaves, fruits, bark, and seeds, such as turmeric, cardamom, and cinnamon, and are used for countless reasons. Another part of Ayurvedic treatment states that there are channels which transport fluids. Unhealthy or blocked channels may be thought to cause disease, and the channels can be opened by massage treatment using oils. An Ayurvedic practitioner will take many factors into account and recommend food and lifestyle routines, such as the best time of day to wake up or eat, specific to your needs in order to bring you back into balance. The country of India has a history of health knowledge that spans back several millennia, with the birth of traditional medicines and healthcare practices. Today, the country boasts an impressive population of 1.35 billion people who represent an enormous challenge to the healthcare system and delivering healthcare to everybody. There are 5 identified barriers to healthcare in India. Awareness of health is low, mainly due to low educational status and poor literacy. Access to quality healthcare outside of urban areas is a problem, and in general, the further you live from towns or urban areas, the greater the odds of disease, malnourishment, and premature death. Absence of healthcare workers in poorer or rural areas is also a barrier, as the poorer areas of northern and central India have lower densities of healthcare workers compared to the southern states of India. Affordability of healthcare is also a struggle, as healthcare costs is a main reason of medical debt and impoverishment. India does have public healthcare, but it is perceived as being unreliable and of lesser quality, and generally is looked down upon. A culture of accountability in healthcare is missing in India, and it is important as it improves doctor-patient trust, reduces the misuse of resources, and helps organizations provide better quality care. India is also home to global leaders in innovation and quality healthcare, while at the same time many poor Indian citizens receive unacceptably low quality healthcare. Most healthcare in rural areas of India, where 75% of the country's population lives, is delivered by providers who don't have any formal medical training. Some states in rural India have begun providing formal and informal healthcare providers with training in critical areas of healthcare. This intervention helped to improve the quality of care and improved adherence to best practices. In India's federalist structure, health is a matter of state jurisdiction. Although the central government has traditionally tried to influence health sector priorities through policies and programs, states are ultimately responsible for how their health systems function. A significant development in India was the fiscal federalism reform in 2015, which decentralized tax revenue and gave more individual power to the states. States now have more power than ever to respond to the needs of their people and provide resources as needed.
To wrap it up, India has been an independent country for many years with a large population and many languages. India's cultural heritage is defined by its food, religion, family, herbalism, and Ayurveda. In Indian culture, health, illness, pregnancy, and death have specific rituals and practices. India's traditional practices are regulated by the government, and like other countries, there are many healthcare issues. Traditional healing practices are passed down by generations. India is a rich country in healing tradition and alternative medicine. This is our references. Thank you for listening to us.